Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim. Back with Grog. Currently in the hold of Volkreath. He had just cleared out these skeletons and zombies from the area, and a couple of mud crabs that he's already cleaned and collected their bits and pieces. He's set up his tent, he's set up his tanning rack, and he has his little cache here of supplies, which we're actually going to go ahead and step into. We're actually going to open up real quick, because I'd like to drop off a few more things. First thing we're going to do is we're going to drop off 18 arrows. We're going to have 20 arrows on us. We're also going to drop off the mud crab legs and the meat, and a bit of the seared fat. Not all of the seared fat, though. We're also going to drop off the ingredients. We don't have those clogging up our inventory as well, since we're going to be going off to do some foraging, hunting, the lakes. We're going to leave that behind. We're going to leave that behind. We're going to leave the mortal pestle behind. We're going to leave the bones behind, and we're going to leave the pelts behind. We're not going to process those pelts just yet, but we probably will process them later on in the day, which is already actually quite late in the evening, so Grog's probably not going to go super far. He's probably just going to get an idea of the surrounding area, maybe hunt that elk. It's actually probably exactly what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get ourselves set. And a nice clean kill to start off the day. I think Grog's getting better at this. I'm not that great. Nope, Grog does not hunt magic elk. Grog's already got one elk, he doesn't need a second. I wonder if that was like because I killed the elk, it spawned a new elk, and it just happened to be right here. We might hunt it. Speaking of which, Grog's not gonna say no to a free kill. That was close. Almost took off and ran off to another area. So one thing that I've decided what I'm going to do, and the reason why we're hunting these deer so aggressively right now, is I made a decision on Grog's story on how I'm going to approach it. I'm going to remove some of the restrictions I had before. Instead of Grog not being able to trade with the human settlements, and him planning on kind of being his own orc and kind of stuff like that, he is going to trade with the human settlements, but what he's going to do is he's not planning on, he's not going to buy like weapons and armor from them. He will buy raw material from them, plants.
I've been hunting and fishing. It's not like my poaching. Take a look.
For sale. Mostly, if I can, I might buy some bits and pieces off of her. Nope, she doesn't have anything interesting. I'm mostly looking for hide.
Until next time.
But Grog will buy raw material from them and sell them processed goods. So like he'll make armor and sell them armor, or he'll make weapons and sell them weapons. Mostly because he does want to do blacksmithing. One of the big things of Malakath is that he likes people who do smithing, so Grog is definitely going to want to do smithing. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with having to... here's a clay deposit. I don't want to have to deal with Grog needing to worry about getting himself supplies. So buying supplies from the Nords is fine. He's definitely... I was about to say he's definitely not going to buy lesser equipment from Nords. Now if he finds lesser equipment, that's different. Like he could use the sword, he could use the axe, he could use the clothes. Actually, yeah, we will take the clothes. Grog is not against wearing a dead man's clothes, so he can definitely wear that clothing if he feels like he wants to take his armor off. Right now he doesn't want to take his armor off, he feels like he needs his armor. And looks like he might be right. So it looks like we might have to fight more of those undead. Grog doesn't have anything against the undead. He has something against things that are hostile against him. I I don't know if he'll do enchanting. I haven't decided yet. I kind of want to look up and see if it's more friendly for him to do enchanting. Like, do orcs enchant? I feel like they do. But like, one thing I wish I could do is I kind of wish I could like enchant his weapons, but have it be like he enchanted it while forging it because he poured such anger into the weapon and like now burns with anger or something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool for an idea. But I get the fact I know that that's not something that they can do, and while there might be a mod out there that helps consider that, I do not have the patience for modding right now. The mods we have is the mods we're going to keep. If I was going to add mods, we probably would have added a hunting mod and a mining mod and probably a survival mod and a whole bunch of other stuff, but not what to do with that. What is this? A novice conjurer who seems to have conjured up his own death. He'll always be willing to take gold. I guess technically he could take this guy's robes. Probably can disenchant it. He'll probably do some enchanting. I'm pretty sure orcs did enchanting. If not, maybe he's just a little different. He doesn't really care for books, so he's not really going to care about books. He'll probably just sell books. Sarah collected books in her playthrough, but that's because Sarah was one for seeking knowledge and information. Gorog is definitely not one to seek knowledge and information. Well, unless it has something to do with smithing, he might be more interested in smithing. As far as a house or long-term base goes, I was considering the thought process because I should have somewhere Gorog can put his head up. There's a couple of places I can think of that would work and kind of make sense. Some of them here in Skyrim, a couple of them over in Solstheim, but oh. He's not shooting at me, he's shooting at that fox, or she's shooting at that fox. I'm not going to steal her kill, even though technically she's not going to go after it. I'm not going to steal her kill. Alright, back at camp. Now, what I could do is I could process the leather of those deer that we got. Which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to process a couple of these down. We're not going to process any of the leather until we start getting good pelts all the time. Yeah, we're going to process that little pelt as well. We're going to go ahead and leave that alone. Now I think, wrong craft item. I think we can craft armor, like just sitting here. And the answer is we can collect cloaks. Oh, it's furs that I need for this. Interesting. Box pelt, bear pelt, elk pelt. Interesting. Okay. So we're gonna have to go into town to do the processing of the material to actually turn it into basic weapons and armor and stuff. Which we could go to Falkreath. I could make our goal tomorrow to go check out Falkreath. That is the closest town and then the only one I know of in the Falkreath region. As far as I know, there's not many small towns in Skyrim. One reason why I was originally going to say small towns are fine, because it does restrict me, it just doesn't restrict me very much. But like I said, I think it'll be fine if he's only buying material. So that he can buy like iron and armor and stuff. Well, like iron and steel and stuff like that in order to forge his own material, weapons and stuff. Now, the more I think about it, the more I think that getting either the farm or there's one place that really calls to me. It's somewhere in this region. You basically got to kill some guy to get it. That would be really good for us. Somewhere in this area, I think. That would be really good for us to grab. Now, what's interesting is I'm not seeing that Dwemer ruin that was like marked over here for Sarah for the longest time. I'm seeing the Forgotten Ruins, which is the mod for that one mod that I had. We're seeing these, which is down into the underground, which we're probably not going to go to with this character. The Tundra Homestead, which was another option. We're going to avoid Helgen. I don't want to trigger the main quest. So we're going to be trying to avoid that as much as we can. So we might never pass through the southern portion of the Throat of the World, unless I can somehow find a way to do it without actually triggering that quest. But I am going to probably do some alchemy stuff, but I need to take a break real quick, so I will be right back. Alright, so we're going to do some alchemy real quick, which means we need our stuff back. I'm just going to go ahead and take everything back because it's a lot easier than me sitting here trying to figure out what I need and what I don't need. First, let's go through and taste anything that we haven't tasted. I'll go ahead and just have everything. Grog doesn't have a palate. Hopefully Grog doesn't end up eating anything that's too foul for his stomach. We can go ahead and use our Immortal and Pestle to process them into potions, which we can sell in town. As far as selling stuff goes, I feel like I'm going to say that Grog can sell anything he wants. He just can only buy raw material. Now that doesn't mean he has to buy ore. He can buy he can choose to buy metal ingots, but he has to buy but if he's going to do that, then he has to buy he can only buy like the ingots. He can't buy like basically he can't buy anything that I can equip, is the thought process. I think this one is becoming one of my go-tos for a lot of my characters in Skyrim. We got some kind of poison out of that. Alright, let's go ahead and throw everything back in here. Grog will sell ingredients if he has to, but he'll normally aim to sell to keep the ingredients and make them processed. At first I was wondering where this got, and then I remembered I just quick looted the zombie, so that's probably off the zombie. We'll go ahead and take it with us to Falkreath in the morning. Probably switch over to the clothes. Don't look as scary to the locals. Take all the potions, because we can always sell those. We're going to sell the meats. We're not going to cook just yet. I was thinking about cooking right now, but we're not going to cook tonight. Grog's been busy, and now he's tired. Probably doesn't want to do anything. Probably just wants to get straight to sleep. Still don't want to process those wolf pelts just yet, though we might as well. And then where is? I want to take the leather with us, because we're going to stop at the blacksmith and use the blacksmith's forge. Let's go ahead and get some sleep. And we'll go ahead and sleep for... Let's go ahead and sleep for 8 hours. We'll get up super early, but that's alright. It'll take us time to walk to Falkreath. especially since I'm not entirely sure how to get to Falkreath from here. And we leveled up. So I'm going to go ahead and take another point into stamina, because I still want more stamina. And I'm tempted to put it into alchemy, since he did do alchemy. I like trying to keep the perks relevant to what he's learning. I could technically have argued for smithing, just because of the fact that he is cutting the leather, which is part of smithing. Alright, let's go ahead and get some quick food. Just gonna go ahead and gulp down a seared fat. We've got 12 on us right now, so we're gonna have plenty of food for a good portion of the day. He is allowed to buy food and drink from the taverns. I can't make my own beer, at least not as far as I know. And I know Grog would be one for drinking, so I'm going to let him buy beer from the inns. He will not sleep in the inns, though. For him, it's one of those situations of, why sleep in an inn when he can always pitch his tent somewhere and sleep in the tent? As far as quests go, I don't know if Grog will do many of the quests. The only one I can think of him joining is the companions. I think I mentioned that before, because I think I said something about a werewolf orc sounds kind of interesting. Because I almost wonder if maybe, like, if he's like a werewolf and he transforms back into an orc, if that would be more scary. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna go down the route of becoming an orc. He's definitely not gonna be a vampire. If he even gets close to being a vampire, he's gonna do everything he can to avoid that. Like he's probably gonna try and find a cure disease potion as quickly as possible, and like always have one on him just in case. Just gonna keep grabbing these random flowers off the side of the road. I know that I use thistle for something. I think it's a resist frost potion with something else. Now Grog's not going to be against helping Nords. Like if they ask him for a helping hand in something, he might help them. I don't want to do the dog quest because I know that's a different Daedric Prince, and I don't want Grog being tempted down a different line. Although I won't stop it if it happens. There's a store, but that's not really why I'm here. We're here for the forge, which this seems to be the humans' version of a forge. I say that like there's actually a difference when it's all actuality. Like their forges and orcs' forges are the same. It's probably weird for him to. Is kind of weird for him to just all of a sudden start using the stuff here. But I think it's a situation of like. It's kind of like he knows that like he's allowed to use the forge as long as he doesn't steal anything from it. It's kind of like a custom, I think, in Skyrim, because like you don't get in trouble for using their forges. I like how he has 3 tanning racks. Like, what do you need 3 tanning racks for? But I like the fact of it because that means like it's very unlikely that Grog will ever come by here and not be able to forge something. So let's see. We could get the Brawler's hide braces. This would be a very likely thought process. Probably these versus these because these are worth a bit more. I forgot I was supposed to take off my armor. Oops. Leather scout armor. That's always a possibility. Right now all we can do is make leather. Let's go ahead and make these braces. I'm tempted to make the eye patch just because I think that would be funny. for the leather scout helmet, value of 25. Yeah, let's get into that one. Then we can do another one. Now he's gotta wait for the blacksmith to wake up. Where's the blacksmith? Sheesh. Let's see. Go around picking flowers until the blacksmith wakes up. It's gonna be about an hour-ish. I think that most Skyrim stores open at 8. Grog probably walking around interested to see a Nord town for the first time. Probably doesn't feel very, probably feels very underwhelmed. Out of curiosity, because I know that this is something that I do know about. So I can get into here. Is there any storages in here? I doubt it. There are storages in here. I'm curious if like I could leave stuff in here and like say Grog is squatting in here. He has no idea what this thing is, but he knows that he's like well, whatever this thing is, that he can at least squat down here. No one seems to be caring about that. Nobody using anything these, he'll take them. Anything good in this one? Apples. Carrots. Maybe. Maybe. I kind of don't want to because I'm kind of afraid my stuff will get deleted if I leave it down here. I was tempted to go off camera and get the Clockwork Castle, but basically say that Grog wasn't using it, but to keep using that to keep the stuff that I was saying. But I decided not to go down that route. I want to do everything legitimately as I can. Now, another thing I thought about doing, and we might do it here if I can think of if there's someone here to do it with. Here comes the rain. Let's go into the inn real quick and see if there is one here. There are people throughout Skyrim that you can brawl.
Come on in.
And
warm food, warm
if
drinks, and warm
Grog
beds.
finds them, he will definitely brawl them. Because he definitely wants to prove himself a strong orc. Which, kind of arguable that beating up a pathetic human is going to make him look like a
Need something?
Bellicourt. Did I make a request? What
At some point, we should hire Tekla on
Keep
here.
a song in your heart
We
to
should
ward off
just
the...
spend less time.
Yeah, I was
This
about
is
to
an
say,
ode
he's
to
a bard.
Skyrim's staunch
I
protectors.
wish I could afford to pay you
Nope.
both, Nari.
I'm out of
I
here.
really do.
Shore's bones. Handsome man in Falkreath.
If you say so.
A strong drink will chase off that chill in the air.
Probably. Grog's not ready to start drinking yet, though. Too early in the day for him to be drinking.
Steel's good, but loyalty's better. I'm loyal to Dengir first, and the Empire second.
Sounds like loyalty's important to you.
I was Dengir's personal guard for years. I risked my hide more than once to protect him. Why would I do that? For money? Because I swore an oath? No. It was because he was a good man and a true friend. A true Nord places loyalty and honor above all else.
Pretty good standards. What do you got for sale?
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna look into this. We'll sell him the sword. We'll sell him the 2 hoods. Nothing there to sell. Next, let's take a look at his supply. Not gonna buy that. Not gonna buy that. Could buy the leather off of him. I've always wondered if it's actually profitable for you to buy leather, buy the goods, and then forge it, and then sell it back to them. I know that there's more money to be made in just taking it, or just hunting for it yourself, but I wonder if it actually does give us a good amount of profit doing what I'm about to do. Let's go ahead and get let's go 7 of that, and then we'll buy 7 ingots if I can't afford it. Ingots are more expensive than I thought they were. Slightly more expensive than I thought. We'll go ahead and bring it down to 5 ingots.
See me at my forge if you need arms or armor.
Now Gorog can actually brawl and make some other stuff. Iron armor, iron boots. Let's go ahead and smith some iron daggers. There he goes. Brings up
Only a hearty
bit.
soul. Blades, helmets. Pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Yeah, except I'm not looking for any of your weapons and armor. I'm looking to sell mine. So yeah, that was definitely not worth it. And now I'm starting to wonder if maybe this isn't going to be nearly as profitable as I thought. Now the good news is
Good steel's worth every
what I've
cent.
also decided is Gorog is going to be more than happy to kill bandits. So let's go get a bandit quest. Because Gorog doesn't mind considering himself a bandit hunter.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take
Good
a
way to
seat
get him.
and
Good way to
the
get his
cold out.
strength up.
Welcome to Dead Man's Drink.
Looking for work. Got any leads?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Thank you. We don't need a room. Let's go ahead and
Drink
see
for
what
the
she's
thirsty,
got for
food for the
food
hungry.
and hunger. Food and thirst. Or food and drink. Maybe after we get back, maybe some honey brew mead would be up for grabs. He's definitely going to be a mead person. I don't think he's got the palate for wine or ale, but mead would definitely probably be up his palate. Could buy the venison, but we already have venison. We can already make our own venison. We just gotta go cook it. We technically need mead though for that. Yeah, that's fine.
You hear any
Let's go hunt bandits.
gossip in town? Be sure to share it with me.
Oh, then she's definitely good for rumors. Although I don't know if I want to go for rumors because then we'll just get our class book
Short.
filled up with tons of stuff. I'm starting to think she's making fun of Gorog. Okay, so yeah, the Knife Point Ridge bandits are what we got. So that's fine.
Some man in Falkreath.
Gorog probably wonders if she's just being mean. She's just being rude. Actually, before we go, because I know that our carry weight's going to be a little bit problematic.
Try
and
not to judge Falkreath too
much like I
harshly,
mentioned
Vivian.
while playing as Sarah, the best way to make bandit hunting profitable is to loot the bandits. You'll get more money from their loot than you will from the Jarl paying you out the bounty. Go ahead and talk to the potion
Don't let the
crafter.
shop's name frighten you away. I have plenty of reliable tonics and healing potions to sell.
Take a look.
Now, potions I know for a fact are a good way of making money in this game. You get quite a few good potions crafted. There's definitely one of Sarah's better ways of making money. Now, one thing I might consider, since we have some extra potions to buy and sell here, is we could always look at buying some of this stuff. But what we could do is we could easily buy what we know is going to give us something useful. Like, I know Blister Wort does restore health. Even though it's not showing it, I know it doesn't. So I could do that, get some other restore healths, and make some restore health potions. I know giant's toes are really valuable. I'm tempted to buy every giant's toe I can, because I know that they can make super valuable potions. Once Grog can take down a giant, his money problems will be fixed. Let's go ahead and grab the wheat. Oops, I grabbed something there I didn't mean to. That's alright. We'll go ahead and grab the giant's toe. And we'll go ahead and grab the butterfly wing and the blisterwort.
I'll take my leave then.
Alright, so now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and munch down. Actually, no, we're going to keep the giant's toe on us for a while until we raise our level high enough to get the advancement that I want, to learn all of its ingredients at once. Oh, it was troll fat. That's alright. Troll fat's not a terrible thing to know the price of the ingredients of. Alright, let's do some more alchemy. I am going to try and get our alchemy up as quickly as possible. So, like I said, I know blisterwort and
Call upon me.
does healing.
Can be of any service.
And then butterfly wing and healing. Then resist frost. These. Go ahead and raise our level up real quick. So there's our level up, but we won't get it until we sleep, so we're not going to get it for a
Browse
little bit.
as much as you like, please.
I just used the giant's toe. I had a feeling that was going to happen. That's alright though. It was definitely it was consumed in a potion, so at least that's a positive to be said about it. Get us anything? Nothing. Nothing. Looks like that was juniper berry, so this all stuff doesn't get mixed. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk to her again.
Falkreath's warrior. If either these... Take a look.
So let's take a look and see what we got from that. Let's see if we can figure out which potion we got from the giant's toe. Might be the fortify health, in all honesty. Cause yeah, the fortify health is like the strongest one, and that was. And I know that like I said, the giant's toe is absolutely wonderful when it comes down to it. Alright, now let's look and see what we got again. This is, of course, the beginnings of all Skyrim playthroughs for me. Going through and pinching my pennies and looking for a deal. I'm tempted to get the Death Bell because I know the Death Bell are good for poisons. And I'm not sure if anything else in here is good for healing. We're gonna go ahead and leave it. We have a good chunk of potions on us, but we'll find someone else to sell them to. Actually, the general store might be good for selling potions. Grog turning himself into a merchant.
Take a good look around. I'm
He's
sure you'll
money.
find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. Well met. Unlike my brother, I've no dislike of strangers. Met lots of them while I was a Stormcloak. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
I think I like how he says was a Stormcloak. It's one of those things. I feel like people would be like, I'm never not stopping being a Stormcloak. You're a Stormcloak at heart. It is tempting to sell my armor, mostly because of the fact that I don't feel like I should have it because it's way too high level for me. Okay, there's that. Now let's see if does he have anything good as far as, we don't need to worry about that. Wine, bread, butter, cabbage, nothing good there. could buy a bear pelt from him. That'd be good for making stuff. Silver ore, wolf pelt.
Steal anything from my
Grog will probably not do any theft. He probably won't steal. He probably isn't against stealing. He probably just doesn't see himself. He probably just doesn't. He probably just knows he's not a thief. Clunking around in heavy armor is probably not the greatest way of getting it. Although he could use stealth intimidation. For anybody who's curious about that, it was from a YouTube video. Basically, it's the idea of he scares the ever-living crap out of people in order to keep them from seeing him. Now, we're at 36 right now, so we might not get to this bandit hunt today. Which is alright. I'm not going to re-rush. This one I'm definitely not rushing. Grog is going to take his time. I want to take my time with this. I want to keep this going relaxed. I don't want to feel like I'm pushing to do quick, although Grog will not be against going off the beaten path. Oh, these are the roadside runs. Yeah, nope. Nope. I'm not interested in hunting Spriggan. Spriggan can be really dangerous. Especially early level like this. Not even that valuable taking down either. There's quite a few deer up here. This is a really good spot for him to come settle in for a little while. Maybe we should go back to our camp. Grog makes the decision, instead of going off into the wilderness to hunt bandits, he's going to go back to his camp to drop off all of his crap before he goes and hunts bandits. Because we need to have less stuff on us. Good idea, Grog. Let's not run off and possibly find a carnivore who's going to kill us. Now, for those who are curious, like, oh, what's Grog's thing? Is he also being resurrected over and over again by Malakath? Probably, maybe, I don't know. The way I see it is Grog's thing is that it's a video game and that Grog is the main character, and if Grog dies, the story's over. So, if you guys want to do that, then I guess go back to the first episode when I died and stop watching there. That's one of the things that I've always said is, like, I get the thought process of playing a character who's like a permadeath character, but I don't like the idea of playing a permadeath character. Because then I feel like I'll lose the character and I won't be able to enjoy him. Like, I like Grog. I think he's a fun character. I've only played him, like, I think we're on episode 4. But I like his idea. I like the idea that he's this orc that's trying to make his way in his life, and his idea of that is to go beat the crap out of all the chieftains. He probably made that decision on his own. He's probably not. It's probably not something like the chieftains challenged him. Like, if you're a true orc, you'll deal with this thief the way all thieves should be dealt with.
Hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
Walk away.
Nice try. I'm not going to ask again.
And I don't have time for this.
Don't you walk away from me.
Now, I was just thinking that it would be nice if Grog had a hood. Especially for the rain. I don't like helmets, but I've always been a fan of hoods. There we go. And it kind of matches the cloak, so it kind of seems like it's just part of the cloak. I imagine Grog I imagine Grog putting this on just to just killing him and taking it like the Terminator. Huh. I think I know what that is. I don't think I'm going in there. Well, I know I'm not going in there because I wouldn't want to go in there anyways. That's not the way you go in. I'm pretty sure the door's probably locked, and by the time we get through it, it would be well past time for this to be over. Now, where is it this way? Yes, it's most likely this way. I'm trying to find my way back to the camp. We're going to go back to camp, and that's where we're going to close out the episode for today. Which, this was a pretty slow episode, but like I said, this is going to be a slower series. That was supposed to be what, that was supposed to be what Sarah's was, but ended up being a lot more fast-paced than I liked. Okay. Where is my camp in regards to this location? Is it this way? Yep, there it is. I can see my tent. Grog is gonna lose his tent at some point. I can feel it. Ooh, free food. Or free, more like free, smithing materials. That's more like what Grod's gonna use it for. I'll probably use the food as well, now that I think about it, but man. Alright, let's drop all this stuff off. We'll drop off the hunting bow. We'll drop off our pickaxe. We'll drop off our hatchet. We'll drop off these. We'll drop off these. We'll drop off these. I'll keep the bracers on us since they're not that heavy. And my thought process was that I would use those for when he does brawls. We can drop these off because he's not going to use Magicka. We can drop these off because I'm not going to remember to use them. Keep that. Drop off the meat. Keep all that stuff on us. We'll drop all this off. Drop that off. We'll drop that off. Drop off the amethyst, we'll drop off the fat, drop off these, drop off this, we'll drop off this, and we'll drop off these. There we go. Let's go ahead and get a nap in real quick. Just a quick one. Grog might not even be napping, he might be just meditating. Focusing his mind, preparing himself for battle. Now, is it this one? Power attacks with one-handed. Nope. Disciplined fighter, maybe? Nope. Lead the lamb. No. You. Huh. Weird. Oh, wait a minute. I just thought of something. Is it in this? Battle weary. Heavy armor fit. Defiance. Really stranded. It might be under light armor. Annoying mosquitoes. It's a leaf. Here we go. Increased unarmored damage by 5% for your current stamina, and you gain light armor experience using unarmored attacks in combat. Requires 2 free hands. So it might actually make sense for Grog to drop his heavy armor and go down the light armored route. I hadn't considered that before, but I just remembered that this is a thing, so we might be looking into that next time. For now, I think we'll hang on to this point unless I can get the alchemy upgrade. Nope. Experimenters is 30. So, we're gonna keep it. But, I've been the Seven Swords. You've all been amazing. See you guys in the next one. Bye.